More show. Coming through strong with that podcast flow. Sunday afternoon at 2 to 3 p.m. slot. Got the Interstate 95 Turnpike hot. When you tune in, they don't just entertain. They come with the message that presses the brain. Those other podcasts, they seem microscopic. Cause they're the big dogs that drop the hot topics. So sure, be more dumb. You just stay ready for DJ Boom, Shaheem, and on Demi. Put them together, there's a treacherous street. From the tri-state area to the DMV. So sit back, relax, get your Sundays on. On after morning, gone before dawn. That positive vibe that we hitting so strong. With this podcast, yo, you can't go wrong. So, here we go, here we go. 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 What's up, everybody? And welcome back for another episode of From the Shore to Be More. I am one of your hosts, the one, the only, Shaheem.
Hi, and I'm another host, Deborah Singletary, aka I'm Debbie.
I believe that Boom is having trouble with his mic, ladies and gentlemen, but as you know, we are with the one, the only DJ Boom. And of course, we are the treacherous three of the tri-state area and the DMV. You heard? It's good to see everybody back with us for another episode. We have a fantastic topic for you guys today. How old is too old? And with everything going on with our president after the debates and everything, I think we thought that this was a wonderful topic to have. So this is what we're going to be talking about today, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to see everybody back. Right on, Debbie?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Before we get started, just a few things to go over. I want to mention last week's show was a great show, everybody. If you missed it, you definitely want to go back and catch it. Celebrating Disability Pride Month. We talked about, the differently able and celebrating the differently able last week. So I want to thank Miss Beverly Brown for coming on the show. She was an excellent, wonderful guest and a friend, of course, of Aunt Debbie's. And we loved having her here. And it was a great show, everybody. So if you missed it, go back and catch it. You're going to want to see it, all right? Also, I want to mention that you can call the show live. Isn't that correct, Boom?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Hey, DJ Boom. Hey, welcome.
Somehow my settings keep changing themselves. This thing, I don't know why it does it, but I'm here. Yes, you can call the show live, and we would like to hear from you.
Absolutely. Why don't you do me a favor and put up that banner and tell everybody the number, sir?
They don't need to know the number. Ha! No, I'm kidding. The number is 678-643-8905. Folks, call in. Like, seriously.
Yes, it is.
Guys, ask for a way to speak to us directly, and now you have a way to do it. So do it.
Yes, do it. Do it, everybody. Be part of the experience, and we encourage you to do so. And also, be part of the experience, ladies and gentlemen, by sending us your photos. I've been saying it for the past few weeks, but you guys haven't taken advantage of it. Send us your photos of your special experiences, your celebrations, especially during the summers, those family reunions, those cookouts. We want to see them, everybody, and we want to put them up on our show and share those experiences with you. And I'm going to share, like I'm about to do right now, because yesterday we had a surprise birthday party for my lovely wife, Terry, who just celebrated her fabulous 50th birthday party. Her birthday was actually on the 10th, Wednesday, but we celebrated the party yesterday. We had a great time. I'm just going to post some photos from that. Oh, this picture is of my wife Terry and her mom. I just love moments like this, and I know she's going to be happy that I put this one up for sure.
Oh, they look alike.
Yeah, they do look alike. Well, this is her and her sisters here. Believe it or not, her sister Amani, the youngest one, of course, is the tallest one. Is the tallest one, of course. Yeah, hey, that's how life works out, ladies and gentlemen. That's how life works out. So, what do you want me to tell you? And this is what some of our guests, her cousin Kali and her husband Mike, they were
they are special to us, and they were there, of course. And she's gonna be happy. I know that I put that picture up, and of course, blowing out the cake. Now, here's one thing about this cake. I got to tell you about this cake. This was a very special order cake. And the cake was absolutely beautiful, but I didn't take a picture of the cake. I forgot to take a picture of the cake, everybody, so you can't see the actual cake. I can't hear you, Debbie. I'm sorry.
I could see some of it. It was
some of it, but
pretty,
it was beautiful. The purple was actually a woman's dress, and there was a woman sitting on the dress.
Wow.
I missed all of that. It was an absolutely beautiful cake. Shout out to Sweets Bakery in Belmar, on 10th Avenue here in Belmar, ladies and gentlemen. If you live in the area, they have been making my cakes, our cakes. I don't want to say mine, our cakes for years now. They made the cake for my 50th birthday party. Remember, boom, with the stage and the people on it. They made that cake as well. And I've been going to them for years. Oh yeah, they make some really amazing cakes and absolutely delicious. I'm not going to hang up on this too much, but I got to talk about this cake. Let everybody know what this was. This was 3 layers. It was vanilla and chocolate in the middle and red velvet on the bottom. And there were cupcakes that went around the cake. The cupcakes were carrot cakes, and
that La Ferrin cake was good, so I can only imagine what that cake tastes like.
People still talk about that cake to this day. Let me add, people. And so again, shout out to Sweets Bakery on 10th Avenue, right here in Belmont, for those who live in the area. Thank you, Callie. You did a wonderful job, and we really enjoyed the cake, and we enjoyed the day. And so there you go, folks. And so we can celebrate, or we can share your special memories with you. You can do the same. Send us your photos, because we'd love to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Right?
Absolutely.
Because this is not just our show. This is your show too. Remember that. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I'm just going to keep this thing rolling.
Get on up. Now it's your birthday, get on up. Now it's your birthday, it's your birthday, it's your birthday, get on up. Turn it up. Now we gonna have us a good time. We gonna have us a good
Happy.
We gonna have us a good time.
Hey, yes.
We gonna have us a good time.
We absolutely are. To those who are celebrating their birthdays today, in the previous week, or the upcoming week, happy birthday. Are we still Cancers? We still in Cancer season, aren't we? So happy birthdays to all you beautiful Cancers. How about that? You guys got anybody you want to recognize?
I'm waiting for my birthday to come back.
I can't wait for my birthday, boy. It's gonna be a celebration. I'm gonna make it an experience, ladies and gentlemen. Be there for that one. Be there for that one.
I have 2 I gotta recognize. Well, some of them we recognized last week, like my brother Gordon celebrated his birthday on the 12th. But on July 4th, I forgot to mention Kendall's mother, Miss Patricia, celebrated her birthday as well. And I forgot to mention her. Shout out to her. Happy birthday, July 4th. She's a 4th of July baby. And so is Mom's ex-husband, Alan. He was celebrating a birthday as well. So shout out to them celebrating birthdays. And one of my faithful listeners when I was on WEAA in Baltimore, Miss Diane Meadows, is celebrating her birthday today. So shout out to her and happy birthday to her.
Well, happy birthday to all you characters. I know actually I'm sorry, go ahead, David. I know I asked you this before, but I'm going to ask you this again. What is something interesting about the zodiac sign Cancer?
Well, it's a water sign.
I was wondering, okay, crab, obviously.
So it's a sensitive sign, but it's also a feisty sign. Like they will, there can be very quiet, but but they will go on attack if they have to. And they're, they can be very, very fierce, but and they're homebodies. They love to be at home and be in a comfortable home and make others feel at home.
Wow. I think you just described my sister Angela almost to a T. She is a Cancer. Shout out to my sister Angela. Of course, her husband, big fans of the show. Shout out to you guys. I know you guys are probably watching at this very moment. And you just described her to a T, especially the fierce part. Okay. I want to recognize. I want to recognize someone special in our family. Tay Lynn, who's the girlfriend of my nephew Baru. My daughter's and my wife and our nephew. They drove in yesterday for the party. Her birthday is actually today, so I wanted to make sure I recognized her. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being at the party, guys. You guys drove a distance, and shout out to everybody who drove in because some people came from far away just to be here to help my help us celebrate the day. So I want to shout out them too. But happy birthday, Taylor. I know you enjoy your day because you guys are now on a cruise to Mexico. Yes, yes. They went right from the party, went home and got on a boat. So there you go. Enjoy yourselves. All right, and as usual, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Boo. You were saying something.
I said I know that's right. You know, you got people that love you, especially when you turn 50. I don't know.
Oh man,
that 50 people want to show up and show out. We had 2 events yesterday at Rewind yesterday. And one guy was turning 50 years old, and the turnout was immaculate. So
shout out to
that 50 is a big year.
I want to say this because we had an absolutely wonderful time. We had it here at my house. My house is in the gigantic house, so there wasn't a ton of guests. Even though there were plenty of people that wanted to be here I couldn't invite everybody. A shout out to the people who want to come. We had a wonderful time. And yeah, so I want to just say it's so beautiful when you come from a good, loving family. I know everybody doesn't have that, and that's probably a sad thing. But I happen to be fortunate enough to have a good family. We're not perfect, and we're not saying we're better than anybody. We go through the same things that other families go through. But I think the thing that makes us good is not just the fact that we are gorgeous people, all of us. I just want to say that. But that we are a loving family, and we genuinely love each other. We're not afraid to express that, and I think that's what makes us a beautiful family. So shout out to my family, all my family members and friends who were there yesterday. Not to make it all about the party, I'm going to keep the ball rolling. Yeah, so I have some celebrity guests I want to mention real fast. I got to shout out this guy here, Barry Sanders. Everybody, his birthday is coming up on the 16th. Hall of Famer. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2004. One of the best running backs that I've ever seen play the game. So
that explains his behavior of how he just dropped it and rolled out. That definitely explains it being a cancer.
Cancer. That's definitely something a cancer would do. You are absolutely 100% right, sir. That explains a lot when you put 2 and 2 together.
Right.
And I want to say this, and again, I don't want to get tied up, but I never really thought too much about zodiac signs. I'm not into that. It's astrology and everything. Until I started talking to Aunt Debbie, and now I'm starting to see how zodiacs, or the day you were born, and the time you were born, and the moon and everything, stars, how it really kind of affects the way you behave to a degree. And so, yeah, I'm starting to get into a little bit. Shout out to Aunt Debbie for enlightening me. A couple more
starting to fall in love is all.
Oh, maybe you're just right. We are all starting to fall in love with you, Aunt Debbie. That's for sure. That's for sure.
I could use it.
Well, can't we all? Can't we all? Especially Donald Trump. Well, that's a whole other story. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, some more celebrities to recognize, ladies and gentlemen. I was sort of controversial figure. Bill Cosby, ladies and gentlemen. I know people have their opinions about Bill Cosby, right or wrong. But his birthday did pass on July 12th. Happy birthday, sir. Also celebrating birthdays today. July was a busy month. Don't ask me why, it just is. But shout out to this lady here. Shout out to the one and only Tamika Tiny Harris, ladies and gentlemen, known for being 1/4 of the R&B group Escape. Everybody, who my wife, of course, me too. I just love Escape and their music. I'm glad to see them still out there. How about you, Boo?
Right, yeah, aka Miss Piggy.
I wasn't going to do that, but you did it. Okay.
And I'm in her town. What the hell? What am I doing? right?
I don't know. I don't know. But shout out to her. Happy birthday. Her birthday. Let me see. I'm sorry. Her birthday was on. It's today. It's today. Happy birthday. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
they
she's
having
supposed to birthday.
a massive party
Oh, I'm
for
sure
her here,
in
and
Atlanta.
I wasn't invited to. That's why I don't care. You know, nah, I'm playing. I wouldn't have won anyway.
Well, happy birthday. Enjoy your day. I'm sure that you will. One more, we're going to keep this thing rolling, folks. I have to shout out New York's own.
Hey yo, shorty, won't you go get a bag of the lethal? I'll be undressed in the bra all see-through. While you count your juice, thinking
That's
I'ma
right,
treat you.
everybody.
The only one thing I wanna
Miss
do is
Little
freak
Kim,
you.
the
Stone
queen.
sets, I got my own baguettes, and I'll be doing things that you won't regret. Little Kim, the queen bee, so you best take heed. Shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. I'ma throw shade.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
The new leprechaun. Shout out to Lil Kim, the new leprechaun. I can't with her.
I love Lil Kim's music, mostly her stuff in the past and the work that she did in the past. I want to say this, and I'm just going to keep this thing rolling. When I was trying to find pictures of Lil Kim, it was actually difficult to find attractive pictures because, well, we all know all the work that she had done
Right.
to her face. But shout out to Lil Kim anyway. I still love your music.
Body. Just I don't know. Whatever. To each his own. Make it do what it do when it need to be done. Go on, Kim. Happy birthday to you.
There you go. Look, it's a serious thing, ladies and gentlemen, or people, family and friends, I should say. When you don't love yourself, that's a serious thing, and you don't recognize it first of all, and then go get help for that, because you will do some crazy things when you don't love yourself. And when I say love yourself, I mean your appearance, everything. It's all you. It's all part of you. So I'm happy to say, and I'm sure the people here will also happy to say that we love ourselves. And so, yeah, there will be no cutting off of the nose. There won't be no, crazy thing. I'm not wearing a toupee wig. No, we're perfectly happy either way.
Not the spray on hair, not the fake beard.
No. Oh, the spray on hair. Who invented that? Who came up with that? That's insane. Debbie, have you ever seen
some balding man? I'm sure some balding man came up with that spray on hair, and it's it's nuts. The fake beards and the spray on beard and all that, man, it's nuts.
Absolutely insane. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep the ball rolling. But that spray on hair rubs off, and it's absolutely insane the way it rubs off. Shout out to all you balding guys out there. All right. My prayers are with you. Keep the ball rolling.
I guess right now we should start the show.
Must see TV and movies. One of my favorite things to do, folks, and I hope it's yours too. All right, who got some good to watch while I'm home today?
I forgot to watch movies. I forgot my job.
Well, I watched two. Right. I watched two of them. I watched a movie on Hulu called Muzzle. It's about Muzzle. It's a detective sort of show. It's about a dog and his checkered past as a canine, police canine. That's what I was trying to get out.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. I think I heard about that.
So yeah, it was pretty good, pretty cool movie. Plot twists, things you didn't expect. Pretty cool. And of course, I know everybody's hearing about this whole Divorce in the Black. I
was going to talk about that. I am so glad that you brought that up. Tyler Perry's new movie, ladies and gentlemen, for those who live under a rock.
Right.
Divorce in the Black. Go ahead and talk about it, Boom.
I actually did catch that movie. I thought it was a good movie. Okay. And I want everybody to watch it because there's one part in that movie I feel like everybody should know and feel. And I'm not going to tell you the part.
No, don't give it away.
If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about, and we'll talk about it next week. But it's one part in that movie Well, let me put it to you this way: it's when dad is giving advice. When dad is giving his advice, everybody should feel that way. When it comes to their significant other, everybody.
All right.
Oh God, now you make me have to watch it. And you know what? What comes up for me is all the people look so pretty. Like when you show the promo, they look so pretty.
Yeah.
I don't identify with it. It doesn't make me feel like they're real
That's a good
people.
point.
And that causes me to not be interested.
Because people
Now, I
aren't
don't
perfect.
think other people should think like me. This is probably aging. We'll get on that later. You become a little more realistic, but everyone is starting to look the same cute. Everyone is looking the same handsome in these movies.
That's a good
And I
point to
think,
make.
Boom and Shaheem are very handsome to me. And if there was a movie
Thank you very much.
where, those men, I'd be like, oh, baby, I got to see that.
Shout out to Aunt Debbie, everybody. You're scoring points today, boy. Let me tell you.
Show me Terry in her pose. She got those poses. I want to watch that movie.
So you want to see more of the regular, like if this is supposed to be about regular life, regular families.
Yes.
Let it be, regular.
Because people aren't perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
people
have blemishes. People have
we're
short
beautiful. You can be beautiful and not all. It's everybody's made up to look the same. It's boring to me, and therefore I don't watch it. If they're regular looking, then it's a comedy, and we're laughing at them.
That's a very, very, very good point.
That's my I'm hungry opinion.
My wife wants us to thank everybody for all the
Very welcome.
Yeah,
and we're not mad at you that we didn't get invited because
because I could have made it, but whatever.
So
and like always, like I said, my brother-in-law Charles is watching. Is it a chick? I think it was something. About.
I mean, I guess
it could go it is.
I guess it could go along the lines of a chick flick. But I will tell you, it's something in it for everybody. So, it could go along the lines of a chick flick. Oh, and I did finally see Planet of the Apes too. I did watch The Kingdom.
Okay.
I did watch that, and that was excellent. Once again, another excellent Planet of the Apes movie. Check it out, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I have to check it out. Those are some good picks. I have to go check that one out. I'm gonna keep it moving, but here's my take on the Tyler Perry movie. I did not want to see this movie. Absolutely did not want to see this movie because for me, Tyler Perry's movies seem to have followed a certain theme that I just do not enjoy. The bashing of men, things like that. Oh, this man, this girl. And so I stopped watching his movies a long time ago, believe it or not, folks. And those are my reasons why. But the girls were talking about this movie yesterday. All the ladies was chatting about this movie yesterday. Apparently they had seen it. And so, apparently they had seen it. And so it sparked my interest in it. I might go check it out, but I can tell you right now, if it starts following that theme, zip, I'm hanging it up right off the bat. But I will attempt to go ahead and watch it.
So, that's how I feel about movies like Boys in the Hood, I feel like that about those movies. It's like all of our movies have to be about we kill each other and drugs and guns and You know what I mean? It's like, no. Some of us do normal stuff out here. So, some of us do live a normal life. I've never seen The Wire. So if anybody knows me, no, DJ Boom has never seen The Wire. I have zero interest in seeing The Wire.
Okay.
So I don't like those exploits of this is how we are always portrayed. In this particular movie, you got the clearly it's Divorce in the Black. So somebody got to be the bad guy, but there is also a good guy. So there's two sides to what's happening because unfortunately it does exist.
Here's my take. I think both you and On Debbie made some really great points today. On Debbie, I think I agree with you that sometimes it's too pretty. It's just too pretty. Mess it up a little bit and let it look like who we are as people. I think. Thank you, Boom. As we truly are as people.
Which is beautiful. We are
it's
beautiful.
absolutely beautiful.
And so if we want to promote self-love and we promote only a certain image of what beauty is, I think that makes younger people feel maybe that they're not beautiful. Or if you're aging, you're no longer beautiful, and you can't have a romance story written about you. I'm available, filmmakers, write a movie, a love story, and I'll star in it.
I know that's right. Hey, there it is. She's already been in one movie, folks. Come on, you got to be
Also,
listening.
even put something sexy in it. I mean, I'm down because we start to narrow our perception of the world when we look at these movies and they show things in a one-dimensional way.
And I think it causes us to start looking at ourselves a little differently sometimes too.
Yeah.
Those who have those issues. And Boom, you also made a good point too. I think sometimes we get caught up in the thing when it comes to movies, but let's be honest. They wouldn't make these type of things if they didn't make money. They wouldn't make these drama movies like Tyler Perry does if these films didn't make money. They wouldn't make those gangster movies if they didn't make money.
Well, first ones, you see, they do it. It's the first ones that make the money, and then they say this makes the money. They haven't even tried us on some other things.
That's the point I was going to get to. Yeah, we are not. We are not one-dimensional people, and no race of people is. Let's say that too. No race of people is one-dimensional. There are very many different aspects of Black people's lives that you don't get to see in films and things like that, and that's unfortunate.
I think Tubi has started taking those things into account because a couple of the Tubi movies that I've come across have those dynamics. Like the star of one of the shows is a big Black dude. He's not the norm. He's muscular and da-da-da. He's not that guy. He's just a regular big dude. And his love interest is a big girl. You know what I mean? It's not even a typical she's skinny.
That's interesting. It is.
I think Tubi, I'm trying to think of the name of the show, but I think Tubi has started like doing that, showing that different dynamic of what we are, that normal sort of thing.
Right. Very good point. Very good point, both of you guys. You guys are scoring points today. I gotta tell you, y'all outshining me. I gotta step my game up. I got one.
What's up, Nookie? Nookie in the building, make some noise.
Absolutely, super fan. We want to inject y'all. I got one of them. Just gonna keep this ball rolling. Of course, Terry, you always with us every day. All right, go check it out, baby. Don't drag me into it though. Anyway, yeah, I got one more. And last week I mentioned this, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, Supercell. And I explained to everybody we're gonna go watch it and then come back and we're gonna talk about it this week. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I did go back and check it. It is a series, and that's on. Was that on? Let me check my notes.
It's on Prime, I believe.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. That Tyler Perry movie's on Prime. Just so
Tyler Perry's on Netflix.
No, it's on Prime.
Oh, well, he got him on both because I watched it on Netflix.
Did it? Well, really? Maybe I'm wrong. I'll go back to check. But Supercell is definitely on Netflix. It's a series. And my opinion on that is, it couldn't hold my attention, ladies and gentlemen. Not for a whole bunch of episodes. First of all, it's Black people, and that's fine, but they're English people. So, they're English people. And I understand they have superpowers, yada, 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 but what do you say, people? American heroes are better. What do you want me to say? I love America. What do you want me to say? All right, it just couldn't hold me. But give me your opinions, folks. Contact the show. Let us know what you're thinking out there. Let us know what you think about your picks, because we want to know, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely want to know.
So the title, just some FYI for you, real quick, and then we can move on. Supercell. Supercell is based off of sickle cell, because the folks that have the sickle cell trait are the ones that's supposed to be the superpowered beings.
So you saw it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I can't wait for the next couple miniseries to come out. I'm waiting for
Really?
it.
So you
I
like?
enjoyed it. I had an absolute ball. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay. See, everybody has a different take on things, folks. He loved it. For me, it was like, whatever. But listen, guys, get in contact with us. Let us know. And let me say this too. If you have any show ideas that you think our audience would like, if you want to sponsor the show, you can contact the show. To contact us, you can reach us on our YouTube channel, where you can comment during the show, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also watch, like, subscribe, and comment during the show on our social media platforms, our Facebook page, or our Instagram is @From the Shore to Be More. Our Twitter or X is @2_BeMore. Our email is FromTheShore2BeMore@gmail.com, or you can call the show at 732-440-9314. If no one answers, please leave a message, and someone from the show will get back to you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We will get back to you. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm reading Facebook. I'm gonna read this real quick. It's not super. Well, anyway, I'm gonna just read it. It's from my brother Jay Wiles, the infamous Jay Wiles. He said, "So Dr. Ruth died. Jacoby Jones from the Ravens, he died. Brenda from 90210 died. Richard Simmons died, and Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt. How, Sway?"
Yeah,
it's the hair. It's the hair. It's got to be the hair.
That was a crazy day yesterday. I don't want to drag that too much, but we're gonna be talking about age anyway. But yeah, that was a crazy day yesterday. And on Debbie and I was having an interesting conversation. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is how old is too old. In case you missed the beginning of the show, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today, especially with after the debate where everybody saw President Biden and his performance of that debate. And I think we can, all of us agree, or most of us agree, that he did not do well. He looked bad, in fact. And most of us, I think, would say that it appears that his age is starting to catch up with him. Nothing wrong with that. We all get old. I think we can all agree with that. There's nothing wrong with aging. But the question is he too old to run the most powerful country on the planet?
No, he's not too old.
Okay, let's
but the way he's aging, so there's no such thing as too old. I saw an interview with Dr. Fauci, who I think is 82, and he's saying fine. So if he was running for president, didn't have the right qualifications, I wouldn't say he was too old, just because he's of a certain age. It's the way Biden
age differently.
And let's face it, being president is a huge stress. You saw what it did to Obama.
Turned his hair white right before our eyes.
In days, it turned
right before our eyes.
And then Biden he suffered the death of his wife and his son.
His wife and his daughter early in the early 70s. His son later.
That's huge stress. Ooh. So, for him to try to, keep going, he might need just to go sit somewhere and get some therapy.
He's done enough.
Action.
He's done enough. Though for those who don't know the story that on Debbie brought up, his wife and his daughter died in a car accident in the early 70s. He was still a senator, traveling back and forth between Delaware and DC. He talks about it all the time. And he still had 2 boys at the time. As we all know, he went on to remarry and had another child. But that's his story. But he's had many bumps, like a lot of people, like a lot of families, a lot of bumps along the way. And I think, maybe it's just time to rest. Maybe it's just time to rest.
Absolutely. I think he has some unresolved trauma. And one thing that I think about age is that I think that age is not a punishment, it's a revealer. That I feel like I said this on the last show, but as we get older, we get revealed. So sometimes, people will say to me, "How old are you?" And I say 72, and they go, "What? You don't look 72." I say, "Yes, I do." What you mean is, I don't look broke.
Right.
I don't look broken. I don't look, because age will reveal the way you've been living all your life. You don't get old, you get revealed. And so those grudges that we hold, those traumas we've never processed, those potato chips and Coca-Colas.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Oh, you drink Coca-Cola? Oh, I didn't know
It
that.
was bad yesterday. We had so much food. I said we had so much food. It was bad yesterday. Yes.
The sugar, the extra carbs, it shows up in our body. But when it shows up, it's not, now we are punishing you. It comes up, it's revealed to be healed. And so we still have a lot of healing to do when we are old or older. It's a time to heal.
I think it's a testament to, like you said, to the body. Last night, like I said, we threw a 50th birthday party at Rewind. There was a man there at your age, 72 years old. And when I tell you he was dropping it low, I mean literally, like he down to dropping it low. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I know you're gonna be sore tomorrow. He like, no, I'm not. And he drinking his beer, so people would think that because he's drinking beer, he's gonna have these problems or blah blah blah. This man is just as vibrant and doing his thing. I said, listen, I'm 50 and I can't even drop it low like you was just doing. When I tell you he was dropping it low, he was getting it. Like I said, okay, you are my inspiration in life right now, because when I'm 72, I want to still be able to do the same thing.
Right. Well, like I was saying, we all age differently, in my opinion. And when, like you were saying, or things get revealed as we get older, that I think there's a lot of truth in that. But I think, and you guys can tell me what you're feeling about this, but I think appearances do matter when it comes to certain things. And what I mean to say is, when people look at the president of the United States, they want to see strength. They want to see strength, I think. And the picture that you got watching that debate, but then I don't want to keep railing on Joe Biden because I don't want to feel like I'm punishing him for getting old. But everybody saw that. And so the picture that you got was not a picture of strength and health. At least not one that I got. And so that scares a lot of people. That's right.
And his excuse, which was something like, oh, I was up late the night before or something. Really? Because if a war breaks out, if there's some trauma and it's 3 a.m. and you can't pop up and deal with it, why are you laughing, Shaheem?
I have the picture of my head snoozing. He's snoozing and the button is blinking. That's why I'm
it's like
it's not funny. It's not funny, ladies and gentlemen. I get it.
You can't handle the stress anymore. Biden. And he started his life as a stutterer, which is a psychological issue. Yes. Many people believe, at any rate. And he's, so some of that, it seems to be coming back. He can't remember things like, why, don't fake the funk, like give it up. Yeah. Say no. Like the Pope, remember that Pope who resigned, and people were like, oh, we've never seen how the Pope resign. Yeah. I'm the first one. I mean, do you, boo, resign?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with reaching a point in your life where you feel you've done enough. You've done enough. It's time to coast the rest of the way. How about it's time to hit the cruise control button, damn it, and just lay back and enjoy the rest of your life. Go ahead. I'm sorry, boo.
I was going to say it's like being a 92-year-old rapper. You know what I mean? Like when you still try to keep up with the young folks rapping? Like what? Man, come on, man. Let it go. Driving. Some folks driving. Like, listen. If your cognitive stuff is off, get from behind the wheel. And I don't know why older people want to drive these big ass cars all of a sudden. Like you
still driving that old 76 Cadillac. It's like as long as a football field, denting up my car.
What are you doing?
Hey, look,
Sit
my
down
sorry
somewhere.
old
Let
people.
somebody drive you around. Say know when to say when. You know,
I've heard people say this that and that older people say this because for what I do, people, I'm in a lot of people's homes and I get to meet and talk to a lot of elderly people, and so I've heard this before. I have no family members who live in the area, and I have no way to get around. The city or the state or the community doesn't provide any kind of assistance that is available to me for get around. So it's necessary for me to get my shopping done and things like that. I have to drive a car, and so unfortunately, that's a sad thing, and that's something that needs to change. I know there are a lot of programs out there for elderly people out there, but that's not
And
everywhere.
New York is great for that.
New York is fantastic for that.
Yeah, we're great for that. But yeah, I can see that's a reality. And he needs to talk to his senator and
Get on
vote.
it.
Yeah, get on it.
Power to the people.
when you got all of these car apps now, Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Go Puff, all these little things that go on, I ain't buying it. You don't have to drive. Now, medical wise, I can't imagine that medically they will not provide something medical for you to get to and from a medical appointment if it was necessary to be done. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm not in every state, so I don't know what every state does, but I can't imagine that they don't have those things in place for that to happen. But it doesn't have to be old per se, 80, 90-year-old. Like that don't have to be the thing either. It's just knowing you and knowing when enough is enough, when the time, you know what I mean, when you really can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Or when you really shouldn't be doing it anymore. John Cena, if anybody familiar with wrestling, he came on last Sunday and said he's retiring. 2025 is it for him. He's turning 47, but he's retiring. He's done. You know what I mean? And he's like, I'm not coming back. It's not going to be I retired and I'm coming back. He's done. You know, so he's 47. So, but he know when
It's time.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And
maybe he's done with that and he could start something new. Because
Absolutely.
many people, you know, George Bernard Shaw published his first play at 94. There's a 90-year-old woman who bungee jumped. Glenn, what is his name? The astronaut, however you say it, wanted to go into space, and they said, look, as long as you can pass the test, you can go. So he became at 77 the oldest person to go to space. So we're not saying that old means you're finished. It means that you might want to begin to honor your desires or your dreams and do something else. And if you're a good 90-year-old rapper, by the way, I want to hear it. But if you're saying hip with the hop with the you know,
hang it up.
try
I just want
Try something
to
else.
recognize this real fast. Nikki Trez is asking, did you guys hear about Jacoby Jones's death today? I didn't hear about it. I don't know, Boone, did you hear about it?
Yeah, I just mentioned it with the thing that PJ said. Yeah, he's a former Ravens wide receiver. 40 years old, passed away of a heart attack. So yeah, I heard about it earlier.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph's chiming in on top of the day. Mobility is for that, correct? Does mobility help with what, Nookie? I'm just clarifying for us, and we'd be happy to talk about it. Mobility helps with I guess you means age, and if I'm wrong, chime in, Nookie. Yeah, you got to move. You have absolutely got to move. The worst thing for people as we start to get older is start to become stagnant and start sitting around and not exercising our body and our mind. And our biggest muscle, our mind, and I believe in that 100%. Our great grandmother lived to be in her 90s. Shout out to great grandma who used to take me to Sunday school. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to her. But I also remember her being very active, almost up until the very end. She was always into something.
Yeah.
Always into something. Yeah. And so mobility is very important. Would you agree on, Debbie?
Yes.
Yeah.
You said it
Oh,
all. You said it all. But it's been interesting to me to watch myself and be with myself as I age. It's also been interesting for me to watch you guys age. My nieces and nephews.
Oh, okay.
some,
Yeah. Because I'm wondering how I'm aging. If I'm aging, I hope I'm looking good doing it.
I mean, the things I hear you guys say and talk about, like I could tell, and it's like, wow, I think they're older at 50 than I was at 50 when I was 50. My I wasn't creaking as much, and I hear you guys talking about pains and stiffness, and I didn't have most of that come on to me until I was 71. I mean, no, I'm lying. Oh God, are you lying?
I was
Um,
about to say,
in
boy,
my
that.
late 60s, but even then, I began to exercise, and the only reason I can get around now fairly well is because I do stretches and exercises. So,
Right.
I
and of course,
probably need to
I
take
have
up
children.
that stretching exercise because I attribute it to one. I learned a few years ago that my hips are out of alignment, so I'm kind of leaning a lot of times, so it causes pain or whatever the case may be. It's not debilitating. I still obviously still move around, but I also attribute it to being young and doing things recklessly.
I was
Like
about to
working
say.
at the movie companies, you don't have the belt around your waist, and you just gonna yank
Mhm.
up a 400-pound refrigerator and move it and da 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 da. I got it, and now those things start to come back to you.
Come back to haunt you.
Right,
That's what I was
exactly.
going
So
to say. Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
attribute
yeah.
it a little bit to that playing football in the streets. Although we talk about that, like that wasn't smart.
I
Play
played a
football.
lot of football, a lot of dancing professionally on stages for many,
Absolutely.
many, many
Yes,
years.
all this type of
All of that, and my job, very physical job. I've been doing this job for over 20 years. So yeah, the stress on the joints, not from getting old. If I worked another job, my body would be aging differently. But because physically and just like Boom said, that stuff beats up on you over time. But then I also recognize the fact that it's time for me to start hanging it up, which brings up the point I think one of you guys made about just knowing when it's time.
Yeah.
And I feel physically, I feel absolutely 100%. I'm fine. I'm only bringing that up to say, just like a lot of smart people, I know when it's time to get out, and I want to get out at the top of my game while I'm still in one piece, and I'm still good. That's the point I want to.
I know something happened to the guy whose party it was yesterday. I was curious to know, but he turned 50, same age I am, and has to be helped. Somebody has to help him move. He's walking with the walker thingy, with the one-handed walker thing. Somebody told me it was something to do with being in the military, but I wanted to find out what happened to him because I'm like, we the same age. You know what I mean? I'm 50, he's 50, and
made you think, huh?
Right. You look at us, we're day and night. You know what I mean? I'm running around the place, doing this, doing that, and he's being helped to the bathroom and da-da-da. So it's interesting. Like you said, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Like seriously, you really gotta do that. Like not even just that though. Like when it's too old for you to stop wearing your goddamn pants sagging down your ass. Like that's ridiculous to me. When I see old ass men walk around with their pants down around their waist and they got freaking cornrows in their hair, like what time you gonna grow up? Because that's what the kids doing. You got gray hair with cornrows. Like, come stop it. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go, man. LeBron James, your hair going away, bro. Let it go. Let it go. Stop doing the spray on stuff. Stop it. You know what I mean? Let it go. How old is too old? You know what I mean? When are you too old to be like, you know what I mean? At some point, you decide or try to get it together. So it's not just about the numbers, there's 70, 80,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's that dialogue too. I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and she said she expects somebody who is of a certain age to have a certain knowledge. I said, well, why do you expect that if they don't know any better? That's an unfair expectation. If they don't know any better, how can you expect them to take out the trash if they have never had to take out the trash in their entire existence? Even if they are 60 years old, never had to take out the trash. And now you meet him, and now you expect him to take out the trash. He's never had to do it. Ever.
I once heard it said, and people chime in and correct me if I get this wrong, that society shows how good it is by the way it treats its elderly. Have you ever heard that before?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I truly believe that in a lot of ways, because as our society gets older, and our parents or loved ones get older, the way you treat them says a lot about who you are as a person and as a family, in my opinion. I see a lot of people immediately just put their parents or whatever in nursing homes, but I see also other families who make up that room in the back and somehow manage to summon up the superpower to deal with aging parents and everything that comes with it. One of our family members yesterday, I won't tell anybody's name, is dealing with that right now, whose parent is living with them and suffering from dementia and going through all those things and is living in the house with them. And so they're going through that right now, but they didn't put her in a nursing home and nothing like that, right there in the house. So again, I believe
you have the means. If you have the stamina, if you have the means, and you have the stamina, then move them in. At the same time, this can be difficult. We have got to be living our own lives. By the way, y'all can get a back room ready for me just in case. I probably won't need it, but I'm not planning to need it. But what I like about what you say, Shaheem, number one, is to show compassion for the old. Because it's not something that we did because we're bad people. There's no shame in aging. Everybody ages.
Thank you for saying that.
If you're lucky. And a lot of times we look at older people as like, look what she did to herself. It's like, baby, you just hold on a little bit. You'll be lucky if you are as alive as me. However, dealing with sick aging parents can be very debilitating.
Very.
And it can cause the adult their whole lives. And a lot of caretakers die before the ones they're taking care of. I think I said that last week. So you also don't do it if you don't have this emotional stamina.
Well, here's what I was saying. There's nothing wrong with needing a nursing home for an aging loved one, but visit that person. Check in on that person. Check in on that person. Read them a book from time to time. I'm sure they would love it. Just those little things go a long way. And so again, the way we treat our elderly says a lot about who we are as a person.
Call them.
Yeah. That's right.
Even before they're decrepit.
Yes.
And get their stories. There are a lot of stories. Like, I have a story about an ancestor who was murdered because he was teaching people to read in the South. And
Say that again.
I'm saying it quickly now. Well, he was murdered because he was like a civil rights advocate, and he was teaching people to live and to read, and he was murdered by a black man. A black man was hired to murder him.
We're gonna talk about that one, show.
And that's an important story you know, for you guys to know about your ancestors, because it might be reflected in your own activism. Like, for example, what we're doing here is really activism. It's a different kind than what may have been done back in the day. Interview your parents and your grandparents if you're lucky enough to have them. Ask them what their favorite colors are. Ask them about their regrets. Ask them about their parents. Like a lot of times people die and we don't even know. We don't have that important information. You know, I expect that my great nieces, you know, somebody, I want them to know me, and somebody will say, oh, you know what? You're an artist. You had a great aunt who was an artist, and you crazy just like her. You know, and the child go, really? You mean there's nothing wrong with me? I'm like my ancestor. You know, it can be helpful if you know something about people's stories. And older people, if you're listening, open up and share. Stop acting like you never smoked a cigarette or a joint.
For real.
Stop acting like you never had sex.
Yes.
Stop acting like you never cheated. You never made a mistake. Like, stop trying to present yourself as cold and pious. Like, bullshit. No, bullshit. You know, how do you, if I have any wisdom at all that's credible, where do you think it has come from? My mistakes? Am I being honest about them? Am I being able to reflect on them? So be open. You know, older people share.
That's right. Good point. Good point. I want to take a moment just to shout out my mom, who I know she's is watching right now. Hey, mom, who was also, her and dad was also at the party yesterday. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Know their story. Know their story. I asked an aunt of mine, I don't know. I don't think I need to go into that, but you know, there's stories that, I mean, only because I can't happen in a single moment, I can't remember. But a lot of times we don't know. And you know, and the idea that somebody has a different father and a different mother, and get over that stuff. It's human. So older people often, they don't want anybody to know that when they had their first child, they weren't married. You know, like they have shame. Well, please. I find that interesting. I'm going to go, oh, you was a bad mamma jamma. You know, let people know who you really are.
Yes.
Stop the secrets. It's not necessary. Everybody is human.
When older people do that, it lets the rest of us know, first of all, that they are human beings. Secondly, that it's okay for us to make mistakes, just the same. And so I think that's very important point that you made.
Yeah, it's not about being good.
No, it's not.
No. I mean,
everybody smiled at that. Why? But okay.
That's what we think. We want people to think we were good and perfect. No.
We're human beings.
Soon as y'all get a little older, I'm gonna tell y'all some stories.
Oh, I'm sure you are, but I'm looking forward to it. Boy, some of that stuff will come out of the show.
We still not old. See, how old is old enough? We still ain't old enough to know the stories.
No, I'm kidding about that. But you know what? People that don't ask me, no one in my entire life has said, Aunt Debbie, how come you didn't get married? I think I was asked on a show by Shaheem. He may have been the first one. Aunt Debbie, how come you didn't have any children? You know, were your eggs bad?
Let's hear some of these things. Why don't you tell some of your stories?
It's not about me. But you know, were my eggs bad? Or did I not want them? What happened? People don't ask. And some people make up stories about it. You know, some people, I think some of my Maryland relatives think that I didn't get married or have children because I was in New York hoeing. You know, because I was attractive If I was like ugly, they'd have said, "Oh, she's too ugly to get a man." But they like she's attractive, smart, no children.
Mm.
She must be a hoe. I might have done a little bit of that every
Or
now,
lesbian.
but
You know?
I was certainly living, and to call it a hoe is making an assumption about sexuality and what's good sexuality. So for all of the people who've been married to one person for 50 years and in the last 48, haven't loved them, like I'm not impressed with the amount of years that someone has been in a relationship. If they're not happy and fulfilled, that don't mean nothing to me.
Right, because
I'm
that's
not impressed.
Boy
You ain't
George
better
said it.
than me.
Boy George said it best. Time just gives you time. Time makes lovers feel like they got something real, but you and me know they got nothing but time. So just because you got 50 years together, don't mean you
Necessarily. I mean, it could.
You know what I mean? It's like
It could.
together.
Longevity might be important. And Shaheen, you and Terry do not have my permission to divorce ever, by the way.
I'm sure she's happy to hear that.
So don't take this as carte blanche for you to go act the fool. I'm just saying on the real tip, there are so many ways to live that we don't have to confine ourselves to our idea of what a good man or a good woman is. Let me tell you right now, I'm a good woman, but I'm also a wild one.
All right.
Wild.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I think we just want to encourage people, the older people in families, to share their stories, and young people seek their stories. It works both ways.
Mm-hmm.
They have something to say, and you might just learn something if you listen. How about that?
You might. It's a possibility.
It was a great show today. Absolutely fantastic topic. We hope that you guys out there who tuned in, and I saw that a lot of people was tuning in, that you got something from it all. It is okay to age and be your crazy self. How about that?
And know when to say when.
Absolutely know when to say when. Hopefully Joe Biden is going to be okay. Even though that happened over there in Pennsylvania to Donald Trump, I'm glad to see that he's going to be just fine. And again, it's okay to be okay, but you're never too old, I think, what Debbie would say. Is that not true on Debbie?
Well, you're never too old to live your best life. You are never too old to heal. And healing doesn't mean getting rid of the pimple or the cancer. It means to heal the whole, the sense of incompleteness in oneself. So we're never too old to heal. And we're never too old to live a meaningful life.
Absolutely.
So do something. Don't just get old. I tell one of my nephews once knocked on my door, came all the way from Maryland and rang my bell. I'm like, boy, you lucky I'm here. I'm not sitting with a bun in a rocking chair, waiting for y'all to come. So we really need to be living our own lives, have our own relationships, and older people, don't make your kids your only friends. Yes, it's wonderful to have kids and nieces and nephews, but have some friends of your own. Have a life of your own outside of being a grandmother and a grandfather and just babysitting. Although I'm available to babysit.
Well, my kids are grown, so you ain't got to worry about babysitting. Not for me ever.
Hey, boom.
I was just about to say, it's almost, well, not almost, but it's that time. Humble Brown is back. What's going on, Humble Brown?
What's up, Humble Brown? And thanks to everybody who with the comments who enjoyed the show. Thank you. It was a very informative show. Renell. Thank you. And thank you, Terry.
Hey, Humble.
It is time for that OMG of the week before we sign out.
All right.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and cue this up. I'm a dad of 3 daughters. I'm sure Shaheem has daughters. I don't know if he's ever had to do their hair or not, but I have done hair many times for my daughters. And so my OMG of the week is simply this right here. I think this is the right one. Let's go.
Never trust you, Daddy. That's why I never trust you.
I'm sorry. Why would you be mad at me?
Because why would you put Nair in her hair? That's for legs.
What?
This is for legs.
What?
This is for legs.
That's the olive oil that mommy wanted me to put in your hair.
He put this in my hair.
This is, you said put the olive oil, aloe lotion.
Corey, where does that say olive oil at? That says Nair. When did you put this in your hair?
Right now.
Why would you put this in her hair?
Because you said put it in her hair.
No.
I have to wash it out.
Corey, bro. Oh my gosh. Corey, bro. Where?
Because that's what I asked you, Kristen.
Where does this say anything about olive oil? It's
You said olive oil.
It's Nair. That clearly says Nair and it has
Do
legs
you
on
see
it.
the what you call it though?
She said she want to get Daddy arrested. Listen,
That's terrible. Yeah, that was terrible.
he put Nair
But
in his
that couldn't have
child's
been
hair.
real because they should have washed that off immediately.
Immediately.
What Nair, as you see, acts immediately. If you've ever used Nair,
And
it
I
acts
have.
immediately. So one way or the other, that young lady lost some of her hair, and she wants to get Daddy arrested. So that was
I'm
my
with her.
OMG of the week.
Wow. That was terrible. That was terrible.
To all you dads, please.
All
read
right,
the
ladies and
Bible.
gentlemen, we're gonna start rounding things out. So I'm gonna start rounding things out by asking on Debbie, what you got coming up in the upcoming
Well,
week?
I'm in Maryland right now, and I'm looking forward to getting back to getting back home and not doing anything. How's that? I think I'm gonna be old this week and
Lose
sit and
control.
watch television.
Lose control. Nothing wrong with that. Catch up on your movies. That's what's up.
I'll do my homework.
Right?
DJ Boom, you seem like you're pretty busy. What you got coming up, cuz?
Yeah, I'm trying to make myself more busy. So the end of the month, I'll be in Maryland. I have a graduation party to do for cousin Lenitra. I'll be there for that graduation party on the 27th of July. Right, I'm around. And in August, I have 4 dates in August that I will be in Maryland doing silent discos, 3 silent discos back to back. We got this one here on August 8th, rooftop, with 3 of the baddest DJs in Maryland coming up in August. It's all online. You'll be able to see it. This one is August 9th. We made this ladies' night. Nothing but female DJs and the female bartenders. So ladies gonna come in and turn up on Thursday. On Friday, and then on Saturday, again we have a lineup of DJs coming in on Saturday to tear down the house and make it do what it do on Saturday. That's August 8th, 9th, and 10th. Tickets are on sale now on allevents.in. It's not allevents.com. It's allevents.in. And turn down for what? That's what I got going on for now.
The hardest working DJ in the business. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find out what's going on in the world of Shaheem, you got to come check me out. What's up, everybody? As always, you can see me here every Sunday on From the Shore to Be More, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And to find out what events I have coming up or projects that I'm working on, visit therealshaheem.com to get my music like Weightless, It's On, and Misfit. You'll also be able to see my latest videos and new content. To show me some love, visit my YouTube channel and social media pages, and please like and subscribe. You can also hire me, the host with the most, to MC and host sports special events by contacting the show or contacting E-Rock K Entertainment at erockentertainment@gmail.com. And of course, look for gift ideas at our online store, hazytrains.com. That's right. Check us out on hazytrains.com, ladies and gentlemen. We have definitely added a lot of new items that we think you guys are definitely going to enjoy. How about that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to say goodbye
to all our company.
Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Nookie Trends, of course, Terry, Renell, Humble Brown, welcome back. And everybody else that has tuned in today for the show. Take us home.
We will see you guys all back here for another fantastic episode of From the Shore to Be More next week. We'll see everybody next week. Enjoy your Sunday, everybody.
And the world's all right with me. Just one look at you. And I know it's gonna be just one look at you. A lovely day. And I know it's gonna be